Hello, everyone. My name is Erika, and today we're going to be exploring something pretty amazing. But before I dive in, I just want to apologize for not being there, but thankfully, we do have this video in case you guys had any questions. Hopefully, I do answer them here. So, today we'll be deep diving into saffron, also known as the golden spice. You've probably seen it used for flavor or color in food, but in science, saffron shows us how chemistry and biology work together inside living cells. In this video, we'll look at how saffron's natural molecules protect our brain cells from stress. So, we'll be connecting some ideas from chemistry and biology. All right. So let's dive right in. Saffron comes from the Crocus sativus flower. All right, so each flower only produces 3 tiny red stigmas, which are carefully dried to make saffron threads. The 3 main bioactive compounds in saffron are crocin, which gives saffron its bright red color, saffronol, which provides its aroma, and picrocrocin, which gives it that slightly bitter taste. What's really interesting is that these small organic molecules can cross the blood-brain barrier, meaning they can move from the bloodstream into the brain. That allows saffron's compounds to interact directly with neurons, the cells that send signals throughout our nervous system. So even though saffron starts as a plant pigment, it can actually affect human brain cells at the molecular level. Okay, so let's break down the chemistry. Saffron's molecules are organic molecules made mostly of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen atoms. Crocin, for example, has long chains of double bonds, and those bonds let electrons move more freely. That's important because in our cells, normal chemical reactions, like those that happen when we make energy, create byproducts called reactive oxygen species, or ROS. You can think of ROS as free radicals, molecules with unpaired electrons that make them unstable. To become stable again, they try to steal electrons from nearby molecules like DNA or lipids, and that causes damage. This process is called oxidative stress. Here's where saffron comes in. Compounds like crocin and saffronol can donate an electron to these free radicals, making them stable and preventing further damage. This type of reaction is called redox reaction. Reduction means gaining electrons, and oxidation means losing electrons. By acting as antioxidants, saffron molecules protect our cells from the harmful effects of oxidation. So now let's connect that chemistry to biology. Inside our brain cells, the mitochondria makes ATP, which is the energy that provides everything a cell does, all right? But while mitochondria is making that energy, they also produce those same reactive oxygen species as waste. So when there's too many ROS, they start damaging the mitochondria and the cell membrane. That's oxidative stress. And if it goes on too long, the cell just simply cannot survive. Saffron can help protect the cell by neutralizing those free radicals before they cause harm, also helping keep the mitochondrial membrane strong and maintaining healthy ATP production so the neuron keeps functioning. I know that was a lot. In simpler terms, saffron keeps the cell's powerhouse running smoothly and prevents it from burning out. All right, so here's where magic happens, essentially. This is where chemistry and biology overlap beautifully. So, the mitochondria makes the ATP through oxidation, reduction reactions, where electrons are transferred from one molecule to another, okay? So the electron movement releases energy, which is used to form ATP. If the mitochondria becomes damaged or there's too much oxidative stress, these redox reactions slow down. and the cell can't make enough energy. Saffron's antioxidant molecules help balance this process by preventing the buildup of oxidized molecules and keeping the redox reactions steady. That means more efficient ATP production, better energy balance, and healthier neurons. So, even at the molecular level, saffron helps the chemistry of energy production stay balanced. All right, so saffron is the perfect example of how chemistry and biology connect. Chemistry explains how saffron molecules behave, how they bond, move electrons, and interact with free radicals. Biology shows what happens next, how these chemical reactions produce real cells in the body. It's a great example of the relationship between structure and function. The structure of crocin and saffronol lets them do something important: protect neurons. And that's why the basics of chemistry and cell biology really does matter, because they explain the hidden processes that keep us alive and quite literally healthy. So, saffron is not just a cooking spice. It's a natural example of how molecules from plants can protect human brain cells. It bridges plant chemistry, human biology, and even medical science, all through the same fundamental reactions we learn about in class. Before I wrap up, I want to take a second to thank Professor Mamari and Professor Cedeno. They've really inspired me to see how chemistry and biology connect in real life. I've learned a lot from their classes, and their guidance definitely helped throughout this project. So thank you so much. And thank you guys for watching. I hope you learned something new about how chemistry explains the life and power of this beautiful golden spice we've been talking about, saffron, and how it really does affect us as people.